Public announcement. This is to inform all prospective corps members that the NYSC 2022 Batch A Stream 2 orientation course will commence on Friday, 18th March 2022 in all NYSC orientation camps as follows. Commencement and registration, Friday, 18th March 2022. Cut-off date for registration, 12 midnight, Tuesday, 22nd March 2022. Swearing-in ceremony, Wednesday, 23rd March 2022. Closing ceremony, Thursday, 7th April 2022. Prospective corps members are advised to check newspapers for details of the orientation course. Prospective corps members are also advised to report to the orientation camp as indicated on their call-up letters and must present themselves for COVID-19 test at the camp before registration. As prospective corps members travel to their respective camps, management hereby enjoins them to set out on time to the camps. However, any journey that would exceed 6 p.m. should be broken. PCMs can take shelter in NYSC camps, NYSC secretariats, military and police formations. Signed, Management.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of NYSC Half Hour. I am Nkem Agonwa. Today is a special episode because we begin today's episode with a special interview with Colonel Dr. Amadou Ali, the very first Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, a position he held until 1975. He shares with us the humble beginnings of the scheme and how nation building and national integration has always been at the forefront of the scheme's objective. Let us meet him.
Very difficult program. The important thing in the scheme is cross-posting. You cannot serve in your own state. It must be in another state. At that time, you wouldn't know that Nigeria has come a long way. The suspicion between one region and the other was very high. So, I remember many people from the north came and said their daughter must not be posted outside their home state. Some even said their children must not go to the east. People from even western region sent a delegation that none of their children should be posted to anywhere in East. And they gave me a warning. I said, all right, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Because these people were important people. I didn't care about them. They just said their thing and I clapped and sent them up. When I did my posting, they were shocked. But what was great about it was that the students were very happy. All the interviews that the press were carrying out where they found themselves. A Yoruba boy serving in Sokoto. A Sokoto boy is somewhere in Egbeda local government. What? And the students, they were enjoying themselves. And the parents, the elders of those of Nigerian community were very good people. Oh. Nigeria is a very, very good nation. They looked after these children like their own. They didn't maltreat them. We had what we call principal inspectors for each state. And those principal inspectors, I think majority of them were principals of secondary schools or something, you know. But they are people based there. You know what I mean? If you are a Kaduna State, it's a Kaduna principal, you know, Kaduna State principal that will be in charge of my youth corps. Because he will understand and will be able to interact with the population. And the press were very, very helpful because they were reporting everything that I was doing. I meet them in orientation camp. I joined them in the obstacle race. Those that are working in ministries, I went there, met them, discussed with them. And parents were seeing that their children were actually enjoying the scheme. That helped a great, great deal. If not, the suspicion was very high.
Speaking about the initial challenges faced by the scheme in the area of deployment, Amadou Ali spoke about how relentless the scheme was to ensure it fulfills its objectives in spite of the challenges.
We are doing everything we can. As you can see, the big differences before have disappeared. Nowadays, you don't want to know whether this man is from the north or that one is from the east. You meet and you just move on. And the universities have even done a great deal more because as they became more in number, they were admitting from everywhere. So the students that are now being mobilized, somebody from the east, from the west, from north, from anywhere, they are sent to one place and they are from different universities. Some are in the same university, they end up in one place. They behave like brothers because they've been together in the same campus.
He highlighted how the scheme fostered intertribal and religious marriages across the country.
The people who criticized the scheme most were people from Western region. Their children will not go up north, will not go so and so, or Igbo land and so on. But what happened? What happened was the opposite. And that's where God saved the scheme. Because it became obvious that really the Nigerian man is a good man anywhere, anytime. And when they started intermarrying, of course, well, I attended a few marriages, but that one now even made the thing become more acceptable. Even when the parents of the boy or the girl did not okay the marriage, I did everything from my headquarters to make sure it went through. So that was how the scheme started. It was meant to forge unity. And that unity is an essential element of being together as a nation.
Through the scheme's focus on national integration, the nation's diversity has become a source of strength.
Now, how many universities have we got in Nigeria? 100 plus. You bring them together in a state, and you are deploying them to places they've never been, they've read only about it, and you do not give them the assurance that this is their country, they are serving their country. Wherever you come from, each and every one of us one day would like to become the president of this country. And by sitting in your village alone, getting a degree there, you think you know the country? No. You have to move around. You have to interact. It is this interaction and understanding people from other cultures within your country that builds a nation.
Nigeria serves, Nigeria we serve.
How privileged we are to tap into the wisdom of Colonel Dr. Amadou Ali. His institutional memory is always a guiding light as we continue to forge ahead. Our next story is on Adeloye Olumide, an indigene of Edo State and a graduate of Quantity Survey from Federal University of Technology, Akure. In 2015, he was deployed to Lagos State for his service year. While in camp, he took an interest in block molding and explored it further through the NYSC SAED program post-camp. He was a beneficiary of the NYSC Graduate Entrepreneurship Fund with support from the Bank of Industries. He is today an employer of labor and owner of Amis Logistics Supply with over 25 staff and 3 branches of his block molding business. Let us meet Olumide.
My name is Adeloye Olumide. I'm from Imoga community in Edo State, Akoko Edo, precisely from Edo State. I finished from Federal University of Technology, Akure, Futa. I was mobilized for NYSC in 2015. And my experience in camp was what interested me the most in camp was the SAED program. Yes, that's what interested me most in camp, and mixing up with other people. I think that was really fun for me. When the SAED was coming up, and I was like, okay, let's even see what the SAED is all about. On getting to the SAED, it was really interesting because GTB were offering a competition for those of us in Lagos camp then. And I got interested. We picked ourselves, paired ourselves in group, and we were able to fly with our ideas in camp. And at the end of that program, they handed us power banks, charger, phones, and all. So after that experience, I just decided that, okay, I want to key into the SAED program. And I saw the block molding section, and it was really interesting because I'm a quantity surveyor by training. So I was like, okay, let me even get more idea about the blocks and the strength. I just started with the man there, the instructor then. After the SAED program, we were called back to camp by NYSC, asking us, those of us that participated in camp during the entrepreneurship program, we were asked that, okay, if you have interest in business and all, you should join them, we should apply. We applied online and we were invited to camp. When we were invited by the Graduate Entrepreneurship Fund program, we were invited in combination with BOI. So they trained us and they paired us in group. And I think I was in the group where Ibukun Awoshika was the one mentoring us. And after the mentorship program, we were encouraged to follow the process so that we can get the graduate fund to start up the business. After my NYSC camp in Lagos, I was posted to LASU, Lagos State University. And on getting there, I was in the building department where I worked, in the Ministry of Works. After that, I just told myself that I can't really lecture or be in the academic section, that I really want to have site experience and exposure. So after the NYSC program, the university advised me to stay back so that at least I can do my master's and all. But a friend invited me to Abuja for an installation job. On getting to Abuja, I saw that, wow, Abuja is fast developing. Construction everywhere, and I just told him that I don't think I want to go back to Lagos. So I just called my dad and told him that I'm not coming back to Lagos, that I want to settle down in Abuja and start up something. So I now started processing the fund, the graduate fund. After the whole process, I was offered the equipment fund. They procured equipment and a truck for me. After that, a friend invited me to this environment. I was like, that there's a big estate coming up here. That to be a good idea for me to actually key into it. If it is producing block, that definitely is going to work out. So I started, and that's how I started block. By God's grace, I have 26 staff. I have 8 permanent staff, those on salaries, and I have the other ones on wages, which we pay them daily or weekly. And so far, my success story has been really good because right now we have 3 trucks to our names. And the business, we have 2 branches outside what we have here. So it's been really good. When I came to Abuja, I was actually squatting with a friend. I stayed in a friend's place for, I think, 6 months before I rented my own place. And so far, so good. I'm staying in my own place. And I've acquired 2 lands in the process of bring block, get land. Because most developers will tell you, okay, we don't have money to actually buy blocks. Why not supply us block and we give you land? So with that, I've been able to acquire 2 lands. NYSC is really not a waste because in camp, I met different people. I met foreign students, I met local students. And today, when you call them, a whole lot of them are doing extremely well. So it's been, in camp, I learned 2 languages because I mixed up with somebody from Igala, and every time he's on phone he's speaking, I'm like, oh, teach me your language now. So he just talk. And he was able to teach me the basic ones, which has really helped me. NYSC camp is really not a waste. NYSC scheme has been very okay because it has given me this platform. If I was supposed to practice my quantity surveying, which I still practice by the way, but if I'm supposed to be in quantity surveying full time, I don't really know what God had in stock for me, that aspect. But I don't really think, looking at it, I would have been able to get this far because private companies don't really pay quantity surveying that much. And most of my colleagues are working probably earning max 200, 300K in a month. While in this business, if my vehicle is able to deliver 40,000 blocks in a month, if I'm making 15 naira per block on delivery alone, that's after removing my labor charge on the block, 15 naira, multiplied by 40,000, it's far better than the salary you want to do. And I have time for myself. I have a manager here that manages this place. So she can run this. I have a manager in the other side. They can manage it. And I can also face other things I'm doing. So I think the scheme has really helped me.
My name is Bukola Adeboye. I'm the managing director of this block industry, Olumide block industry. And I'm happy to work with him because he's a good person and he's a kind of person that really know about business.
He's a kind person to us. Sometimes we have challenges about our family. He assists us. And we thank God that at least every week we earn 20,000 naira per week. We can feed our family well and we are doing well. We've been working to any other industry, but we discovered that his work is steady and we put our own best to see that we produce the quality to the standard that we will draw more customers to him.
He's a very nice person that anybody that come across him, you will be happy to even wish for the second time to have a dealing with him. He has been helping us. Most of us here, we are family people with kids, and it's from the production here, the block industry production, that we are fending for our family. The kids are going to school. Everything is going on well. We thank God for that.
He's a very sincere man. Anytime you make order for a block, ask him to bring block for you. If it is 1,000, he will bring 1,000. If maybe eventually he was able to supply 900 and you called him and asked him, how many did you bring? He will tell you that it's 900 that is there, but I'm going to complete the remaining 100. So even right now, as I am sitting before you, I want to make order for a block, even it's 6 inches and I need only 6 pieces. And he's telling me, I'm very sorry, just exercise patient, my drivers are coming. they went out to give a block and they are going to give you your own block. So you see, even with the little numbers of the block, still he can still deliver. And in terms of the strongness of his block, the blocks are okay. And anytime we make any observation and see maybe there is a mistake somewhere, you ask him, this is what I observed from your block. He will tell you, I'm sorry, he will change. And that is why I cannot just exist from buying blocks from him.
NYSC has really done well because each time I look back, I just thank NYSC for that opportunity. And I thank the mentorship program they organized for us because it gave us a link to a free access to those top shots who from time to time still calls us to know how we are doing with our businesses and all. And NYSC too, their monitoring team, they monitor, encourages and advise, which has really helped us in the business because most of the skill in running the business is not actually just your mental skill. If you're not well trained in management, there's no way you'll be able to put everything together and be able to run it. And NYSC gave us that platform. During I think it was a 3 weeks programming camp when they invited us. That 3 weeks was, 3 weeks or 2 weeks was really, really intensive because it was lecture. And those of us that had notes and were able to ask questions, today we're applying it in our businesses and we are seeing the result.
Nigeria serves, Nigeria we serve.
That was super amazing. He is a landowner, a business owner, and an employer of labor solely by the skill he acquired during his national service. The NYSC Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development Program is a rare opportunity to become self-reliant. Do not take the opportunities for granted. Find an area that interests you, be disciplined enough to apply yourself, and I assure you, the sky is your stepping stone. We will be right back. On the news today, NIM renews partnership with NYSC. The Nigeria Institute of Management has restated its determination to intensify efforts on capacity building for NYSC staff and core members. The President and Chairman of Council, NIM, Major General Abdullahi Iyanda Muriana, disclosed this during the signing of a new Memorandum of Understanding with the National Youth Service Corps in Abuja. He said that the partnership, which started in 2005, had achieved desired objectives. He poured encomiums on NYSC management over its mentorship role for core members and for championing the cause of national unity and integration as well as youth development. He further disclosed that since inception over 27 years ago, over 300,000 young Nigerians have been inducted into the NIM graduate level. The Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Major General Shuaibu Ibrahim, has advised core members to ignore online messages from criminals offering postings to preferred locations. He gave the advice on Wednesday while addressing the 2022 Batch A Stream 1 core members at the Yakubu Gowon NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp, Fanisau, Jigawa State. Ibrahim stressed that postings and relocations were done free of charge and warned them against making payments to anyone for those purposes. The Director General further warned that it was criminal to present fake medical reports for the purpose of obtaining concessional posting, adding that anyone caught doing so would face the full wrath of the law. Welcome back. Sadly, this is where we draw the curtain on today's episode of NYSC Half Hour. I hate to leave, but you could always join us same time, same station next week. Until then, remember you could always write to us on the online handles displayed on your screens right now, and we would write back. Like I always say, the safety of core members in our communities is the responsibility of you and I. Until I see you next time, I am Nkem Agonwa. Stay safe.
You saw